Old Man Logan, the Wolverine who lost everything. Old Man Logan is a battle-scarred, broken version of Wolverine from a dystopian future where villains rule the world. Traumatized by the death of the X-Men, he is haunted by guilt after being tricked by Mysterio into slaughtering his own teammates. Swearing off violence, he refuses to use his claws for decades, until the world forces him back into action. His final act of revenge sees him gutting an evil, tyrannical Hulk and wiping out his monstrous inbred family. This is one of the darkest takes on Wolverine, showing what happens when the ultimate survivor is finally broken. Weapon X, the ultimate killing machine. Before he became Wolverine, Logan was a brainwashed weapon of war, his memories erased and his body tortured into perfection. Enhanced beyond normal Wolverine levels, his adamantium was forcibly bonded to his skeleton, making him nearly indestructible. Unlike his usual self, Weapon X has no free will. He is completely mindless and controlled by the government. His violent escape from the facility leaves dozens dead in one of the bloodiest Wolverine stories ever. This is Wolverine at his most primal, reduced to nothing but rage, claws, and destruction. Zombie Wolverine, the undead killing machine. In an alternate universe, Wolverine succumbs to a zombie virus, but his healing factor keeps him alive even in death. Unlike other zombies, he retains his combat skills and healing ability, making him one of the deadliest undead beings in existence. Worse still, he eats people while remaining fully aware of his actions, yet unable to resist the hunger. Alongside other zombie heroes, he devours Galactus and gains cosmic power, turning into a galactic predator. This version of Wolverine proves that even death isn't enough to stop him from killing. Daken, Wolverine's son and deadliest rival. Daken is Logan's long-lost son, raised to hate him and trained to become an even deadlier assassin. Unlike his father, he has 2 claws instead of 3, one on top, one below, giving him a unique fighting style. His pheromone control allows him to manipulate people's emotions, making him a master of deception. Filled with resentment, he blames Logan for abandoning him and seeks to surpass him in every way. Daken is everything Wolverine fears he could become. Cunning, ruthless, and completely without mercy. Dark Claw, the Wolverine / Batman hybrid. What happens when Wolverine and Batman merge into one character? You get Dark Claw, a fusion of 2 of the most formidable heroes in comics. He possesses Wolverine's healing factor and claws, making him nearly unstoppable in combat, while also having Batman's tactical genius and detective skills. He faces the Hyena, an amalgam version of the Joker fused with Sabretooth, a terrifying mix of insanity and savagery. Dark Claw is one of the coolest alternate versions of Wolverine, combining 2 legendary characters into one unstoppable force. Patch, the Wolverine who became a crime boss. After stepping away from the X-Men, Wolverine reinvents himself in Madripoor, a lawless island ruled by criminals. Adopting the alias Patch, he dons a white suit and poses as a club owner and underground enforcer. He refuses to use his claws openly, relying instead on brutal bare-knuckle combat and street smarts. Though he operates from the shadows, he remains just as deadly as ever. Patch represents Wolverine at his most undercover, proving he doesn't need his claws to be feared. Phoenix Wolverine, the Wolverine who became a cosmic god. In the far future, Wolverine becomes the host of the Phoenix Force, transforming into one of the most powerful beings in existence. With the Phoenix's cosmic power, he can destroy planets and resurrect himself at will, yet he still fights like Wolverine, preferring close combat with his claws. As time passes, he outlives almost everyone, becoming one of the last survivors of the universe. Phoenix Wolverine is one of the most overpowered versions of Logan ever created, proving he is more than just an animal. He is a god. Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, the one-armed warrior. In a world where Apocalypse rules, Wolverine suffers a devastating loss when Cyclops blasts off his left hand in battle. Despite fighting one-handed, he remains unstoppable, adapting to his disability and growing even deadlier. He ultimately leads the resistance against Apocalypse, proving his indomitable spirit. In the end, he manages to kill Apocalypse himself, solidifying his place as the ultimate survivor, even in the darkest timeline. Helverine, the Wolverine who became a demon. After being possessed by a demon, Wolverine becomes a monstrous killing machine straight from hell. His claws and body are engulfed in hellfire, turning him into a walking inferno of destruction. Under demonic control, he hunts his own friends, including the X-Men, attempting to slaughter everyone he loves. As an unstoppable horror, this version of Wolverine is less a man and more a force of supernatural carnage. Wolverine is one of the scariest versions of Logan, proving that his worst enemy isn't Sabretooth or Magneto, it's himself. The adamantium-less Wolverine, the Beast Unleashed. After Magneto rips the adamantium from his skeleton, Wolverine is left reduced to a feral primal beast. Without his indestructible skeleton, he becomes wilder, relying purely on instincts and raw survival skills. His claws are now pure bone, weaker than before, but still deadly, while his healing factor mutates to compensate for his lost durability. This version of Wolverine is pure, raw survival instinct, proving that even without metal, he remains a force of nature.